Hey YouTube, Rico Knows here. Going to continue my series of hidden gems on college football teams for the 2024 season. If you aren't aware, I am pointing out one hidden gem on every single team in America. Doesn't matter. Every single FBS team, I'm pointing out one player. And before I get to this hidden gem, I just want to remind everybody, go to YouTube, search Rico Knows, go to the homepage, check the playlist. And if you check playlist, you're going to find hidden gems. Go learn about every single hidden gem I've identified for the college football season. It's important you learn these players before the season starts. Because when they start going off, I just want you to remember where you heard it first. So, if you look at Colorado State, I'll run down the team real quick and then who I decided to make my hidden gem. If you look at the wide receiver room, one of the very best in the group of five. Shout out to Torrey Horton coming back for another year. But also shout out to Donovan Ollie because I really like Donovan Ollie. That's a huge wide receiver transfer coming in from, I think they have it Cincinnati. But I remember Donovan Ollie at Washington State. I guess it didn't work out at Cincinnati for whatever reason. And then he's here now at Colorado State. There's going to be a lot of balls thrown around. Shout out to Braden Fowler-Nicolosi. BFN is the man. He was my hidden gem last year for Colorado State. If you don't remember that video, I put it on TikTok. But here I'm doing them on YouTube. But yeah, Braden Fowler-Nicolosi was my hidden gem. Shout out to his pops. He reached out to me on Twitter. I have been invited to the Colorado State game by the fam. Could go out there and support this young man and see how well they play. Nonetheless, offensive line. Looks like they got some pieces put together. Shout out to them. I'll talk about the running back room in a second. Defensively, number 9 sticks out on tape when you watch film. 9 pops on tape. 91, 94, don't. Not for me. 92, a lot of potential. 49, Jock. He's actually really good. I watched his huddle film, and he looks pretty good in his huddle tape. I think he moved to a single-digit number. Shout out to him. The 3 best players on defense for me are number 30, number 17, and number 11. So number 30 is Chase Wilson. He's a middle linebacker and a complete stud. And then you have Jack Howell and Henry Blackburn coming back from last year, leading the team in tackles, being a leader on the field. They look great. Oh, by the way, Aiden Hector, the nickelback, good size. Good size for a nickel corner. I'm cool with it. Elias Larry and Isaiah Essie Isma. Transfers. I believe one of them started at Wake Forest, and then he transferred to Nevada, if I remember correctly. Yeah, transfers that I have never really been impressed with, but more power to him. I think Elias is coming over from Navy. Or I might have it backwards. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. Let's go back to the running back room. If we look at stats from last year at Colorado State, obviously I told you guys Braden Fowler-Nicolosi is going to be the starter. I made that proclamation. He'll be the starter for the rest of the year before he was named the starter. It feels really good. You can see it in the comments. They're like, oh my God, Rico knows, that kind of deal. But Clay Millen he hit the transfer portal. He's now at Florida. Peace, bro. And you go to the running back room. Van Scheid, actually, former walk-on, led the team in rushing, but it's kind of misleading. He led the team in rushing. There was a lot of injuries, a lot of turnover, all this stuff. So they let this young man be the running back, but he's actually hit the transfer portal, and I think he went the FCS route. So here we have Justin Marshall. Justin Marshall is one of these. He's the young man in the picture below. He is my hidden gem in this video. What a great find by Colorado State. Now, coming out of high school, he was listed as a 3-star wide receiver. And I get it. You watch his huddle film, and his first couple of plays his first play, I'm pretty sure, is in the slot. He shows the ability to catch passes. But something he did pretty remarkable last year, as he redshirted, is he started 3 games, and he didn't start till November. And that first game, in his collegiate debut, he rushed for over 100 yards. Against San Diego State, and that's where they're carrying him up and they're lifting him in the locker room. What an amazing story. Look at those last 3 games, though. They needed to win out. They didn't, but they won 2 of them. But shout out to them, bro. He averaged over 100 yards a game. 3 games, 100 yards, good for 20 carries. So this is a bell cow back. The thing you're worried about with a guy like this is he's a little small. Okay, he looks tiny. He looks like a slot receiver. And you're worried about his running after contact. Can he make people, can he fall forward? Does he have a good lean? Because he can make people miss. He's got that juice. I was going to say that before I said that. He's got that juice where he can make the first guy miss. He's got that little jitter to him. But when you see him, you wonder, man, can he handle the rigors of running at the FBS level? What I'll tell you is he's going to face a light box all season long. Going to face a light box, and that's because the wide receivers demand double coverage, demand more defensive backs on the field than linebackers. You're going to need a lot of help stopping these receivers and that gunslinger arm from BFN. So if that's the case, you're looking at Justin Marshall getting really light boxes, and he has a chance to shine. So I want to show you what it looks like. Remember, I can't show you game film, but I can show you huddle film. I won't get any copyright violations here. So here he is in purple. I hate slow-mo on huddle tape. It is what it is. Catches the slant, and it looks like he's going to get tackled, but he has enough yak in him to make people miss, and he's got enough long-range speed. He doesn't look very big. I know. Just got a little something to him, and that's why he looks like a natural pass catcher. But what I see here is a guy who can stem, read his blocks correctly, look for the cutback, keep his legs churning, keep forward balance, and then break free. And once he gets going, I like the way he outruns angles. I love it. He's fast enough to outrun angles. And you guys know if you were running, it's hard to get started back up and outrun people. Here we go. We're outside all alone. Just watch him dig for the first 10 steps on this route. Head down in his drive phase, and then he looks up for the ball. He knew what he was going to run. You can't leave him in one-on-one coverage like that. Here he is at quarterback taking the direct snap. And you guys got to know, it's a natural thing. He leaned to the outside ever so slightly right there, and that caused 2 defenders to bite on the outside. He is setting up 2 defenders with one move. It's incredible. It's a natural thing. You want to see running backs do this. When you start stemming out and then you cut it back on him. Here he is again, catching it in the flats. Don't give up on the play. Don't look for the easy way out. Let's go. Instead of running out of bounds like a lot of guys would. He's looking for those extra yards. Probably a bad snap, but we're going to go hit it. Look at the gas, dude. Look at him outrun angles. That's real acceleration right there. Top-notch acceleration. That's Saturday acceleration, if you will. Love everything about it. Boom, make the move, and I'm going to hit it. Keep your balance. Keep churning. Keep going. And can you imagine you get this kid in the right weight room, keep lifting, get him his mental reps. He's going to do it. Nice route, catch, and that's what it looks like. He looks like a slot receiver who runs great routes and catches the ball. But for me, you know who he reminds me of? Malachi Corley, the wide receiver who I thought was a running back out of Western Kentucky last year. That's who he reminds me of, Malachi Corley, a lot. But shout out to Justin Marshall. This is my hidden gem on Colorado State. Just a young, late blooming in his freshman year. Other people are leaving the position room because they know what they're up against. They're up against a guy who's just got enough juice to make you miss. He's got enough jitter in him to move laterally. Look at that. You're not getting me in the hole. I'm going to figure it out. It's impressive, man. There's just a little bit something to him, and I really like it. So my hidden gem, they don't even have a picture. ESPN, fix yourself. Get a picture of this young man. Justin Marshall's my hidden gem for Colorado State next year. Please watch the playlist, learn about all the players, but this is a no-brainer. Your friends don't know, but Rico knows. Peace, y'all.